Let us meet again with me, Teacher Shu. In today's lesson, we will learn more about comparison of adjectives. There are 3 degrees of comparison of adjectives. Positive shows no comparison, and usually there will be word as used before and after the adjective. For example, he is as funny as a clown. Funny is a positive adjective. Another example, she can stay here as long as she wants. The box was as big as an elephant. Now, let us move on comparative adjectives. Comparative adjective shows comparison between 2 things. Usually, it will have er added after the adjective followed by the word then. Example, he is funnier than his brother. Zara's hair is longer than her sister's hair. The cat was bigger than the box. You must remember, there are some exceptions for comparative adjectives. If the adjective is too long, more than 2 syllables, you cannot use comparative with er. You have to use comparative more before the adjective. Look at the example. Today's questions are more difficult than yesterday's lesson. My mother is more beautiful than the actress in that movie. Ain is more intelligent than her friend Siti. This is another exception for comparative adjective. You have to use more if you want to describe absolute state or quality. Example, this drawing is more perfect than that one. The house is more unique than the one near it. Now, let's take a look at superlative adjectives. It shows comparison between more than 2 things. Usually, est is added after the adjective, and article the is used before the superlative adjective. For example, he is the funniest man I know. She has the longest hair. The green box is the biggest among the 3 boxes. There are also some exceptions for superlative adjectives. Just like comparative adjectives, if the adjective is too long, more than 2 syllables, you cannot use comparative est for superlative adjectives. You have to use comparative most before the adjective. Look at the example. Today's questions are the most difficult compared to others. My mother is the most beautiful mother in the world. Amanda is the most intelligent student in her class. If the adjective is describing absolute state or quality, you cannot use comparative with est. You have to use comparative most before the adjective. Example: Ayman's drawing is the most perfect among his classmates. The house is the most unique in its neighborhood. Before we end this lesson, I want you to memorize these irregular adjectives. An irregular adjective is simply one that cannot assume the comparative or superlative form. The word good, for example, is irregular since the comparative form is better and the superlative form is best. While these forms of irregular adjectives still have endings similar to the suffixes used for regular adjective, the change of the root word indicates irregularity.